So you watched part 1 and part 2 of my How to Dremel series. If you haven't, go back and watch it now. And now I'm going to show you how to Dremel on real dog nails. I use the word Dremel interchangeably with grinder, so you'll see multiple grinders in this video, but just know that the method of how you grind nails is the same regardless of what grinder you have. There are links to each of these Dremels and the bit I use in the description below. Before we start, it's absolutely necessary, seriously, to not Dremel your dog's nails if they haven't slowly first been introduced to it to where they think it's a positive or neutral experience. If you push your dog before they're ready, it will make the whole process much harder because they'll learn to fear the Dremel and they won't stay still. This also means that if you try to take them to a groomer after you've tried to Dremel, there's a good chance that the groomer also won't be able to do it because the dog's already had a bad experience. When you're getting your dog used to the Dremel, it's really important to stop at the very first signs of discomfort, and that's things like a little paw raise, pulling their paw away, turning their head away from you, putting their ears back, or tucking their tail. Doing this lets your dog know they can trust you, and once you step back and reevaluate, you might be able to figure out what was stressing your dog. Stopping at the very first signs of discomfort means that your dog never needs to escalate, and they'll learn to trust that you'll stop when they're uncomfortable. I don't recommend trying to Dremel your dog's nails using peanut butter, as they'll likely stop taking the peanut butter when they get stressed, and they'll learn that peanut butter predicts bad stuff. Your dog will then think that food is a trap, they won't trust you, and it'll take a long time to dig yourself out of that hole again. To get your dog used to having their nails Dremeled, I recommend working with a force-free trainer, as well as subscribing to my channel for more instructional videos. Here's a quick review of everything we've practiced so far. You're going to have your speed at the second level. You're going to hold high up on the Dremel. You're going to stabilize with your thumbs. You're going to roll up and towards you with the Dremel rather than away from you. You're going to push the nail and Dremel together equally and maintain consistent pressure to avoid skipping on the nail. Then you're going to grind the nail into a point like a pencil, and you're going to take breaks often to give your dog treats. So we're going to turn the Dremel onto speed 2 again and hold the Dremel at the very top. Rolling up bottom to top is the easiest way to make the motion smooth and easy to control. This is the same direction of spin you practice with the dowel when you rolled up and towards you, but when you're filing your dog's nails, you'll be pointing your Dremel in a variety of directions. Another way to think about the direction when you're in different positions is to always turn your wrist counterclockwise. Stabilize the Dremel using your thumbs or thumb and fingers so you can control both the position and the pressure of the Dremel on the nail. You're going to push the nail into the Dremel and push the Dremel into the nail with equal pressure so you can keep the pressure consistent. You're going to need to use more pressure than you think, and this is scary at first, which is why I recommend practicing on a dowel first so you can feel what different amounts of pressure feel like. You want to really commit to getting the Dremel to the nail immediately without hesitation so it doesn't skip on the nail when you land. Think of this like a smooth takeoff and landing of a plane. You're going to be landing with a lot of force, but the better you can control that force, the smoother it's going to feel. Now let's watch some of this footage again in slow motion. If you can hear the Dremel, really try to listen to the sound and use that sound to make your takeoffs and landings smoother and to maintain consistent pressure while the Dremel's in contact with the nail. You can also feel the vibration through your hand in the same way and feel for any skipping or changes in vibration. The number of passes it takes for you to fully file each nail doesn't matter as long as each pass is done smoothly. I do more passes per nail if I have more nail to take off or if I'm working with a dog who needs treats more often for them to be able to stay still. So with this dog, you'll see I'm making multiple passes on the nail and stopping frequently to treat. And on the next dog, I do 2 passes in a row, finishing the whole nail and then give a treat. So as you roll up from top to bottom, you want to focus on filing the sides of the nails rather than the middle and create a pencil shape. This side-to-side pencil shape I'm creating is an ideal technique for beginners because you're much less likely to hit the quick if you aren't dremeling over the top of it. If you have a dog with hair around the nails, push the hair out of the way and hold it back with your fingers like this. I'm using the Diamagroove Dremel bit, and one reason I love it is because it won't catch hair while the Dremel's spinning. Now I'll play this again briefly in slow motion. Shaping the nail into a point also helps the quick to recede because the area over the quick will be the only part of the nail touching the ground when they walk, and that pressure will push the quick backwards. The quick will look like a small dot that slowly gets a little larger in diameter. The color looks a little different on different nails and will sometimes be in the center of the nail and other times be closer to the bottom of the nail. Dogs usually have more nail on the top of the nail than on the bottom, so as you file the sides, you'll need to angle the Dremel to concentrate on filing the top of the nail rather than the bottom. The density of each nail right above the quick is also softer than the outsides of the nail, and with more practice, you can feel the change in resistance with your Dremel. If it's comfortable for your dog, you can also Dremel their nails while holding their paw upside down, and that can make it easier to see the quicks appear. If your dog has very long nails and the quick hasn't grown out with the nail, you'll need to Dremel the middle of the nail to get the length off and then shorten the sides. If your dog's quicks are already fairly close to the end of the nails, you can file just the sides and the quick will appear in the center. As you get closer to the quick, the area above the quick is very sensitive. If you hold the Dremel over the quick for more than a second or two, your dog may feel discomfort and pull their paw away. Always listen to your dog when they pull their paw away, as it means they're either physically uncomfortable or scared. It's not true that some dogs resist because they're being stubborn, and if a professional ever tells you this, I recommend finding someone new to work with. Don't forget to take frequent breaks to give your dog a treat and check in with how they're feeling. The more breaks you take, the more likely your dog is to let you continue. For beginner dogs, I often take many breaks to give treats even while working on just one nail. You can also aim to do just one nail a day or even part of a nail per day, and always end on a positive note. Over time, if your dog becomes more comfortable, you can slowly increase the length of your sessions. Many dogs are more nervous about having their front nails Dremeled than their back nails. So for some dogs, I Dremel their back nails and then clip their front nails. Then I have them use a scratch board to smooth their front nails rather than continue working on getting them used to a Dremel. Or for some dogs who are really sound sensitive, it's easier for me to desensitize them to nail clippers, and I never Dremel them at all. I'd rather spend time training doing something fun once I have a solution for nails that works. Let's recap our steps, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So you're going to turn your speed to level 2, hold high up on the Dremel, stabilize with your thumbs, roll up with the Dremel so your wrist is turning counterclockwise, push the nail and Dremel together equally to maintain consistent pressure, grind the nail on both sides to create a pencil shape, and take breaks often to give your dog treats. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or what videos you'd like to see in the future. And I'd like to thank Dudley, Toad, Artie, Blue, Kaya, Piper, Mona, Pop-Tart, Watson, Pizza, Dizzy, and Keely for starring in this video.